first item is a request to change the parking signage in the 100 block of South Main to no parking from 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. It's not really a change, it's to add additional parking. This would be consistent with the rest of Main Street from 7th all the way to 1st. And typically when we have special events, we end up specially signing this area. So this is trying to get some consistency in the 100 block along Main Street there.
And that was my question, and it's 3 to 4:30 now, but didn't we skip item 1?
Jennifer Jackson.
Oh, yep, I got a different agenda.
Oh, you got a different agenda?
No, that's all right.
Oh.
Let me go back to one. On this one, that was number 1. I'll go to the one you have.
Okay,
all right.
I was just...
Request for handicap parking space. Jennifer Jackson's requested a handicap parking space in the front of her salon located at 104 East 3rd Avenue in Mitchell. And there's an attached map and her request on there. Is Jennifer present? I didn't think she was going to be able to make it, but this is the spot right by the alley there, and the next closest handicap spot is going to be approximately 2 blocks.
So we don't have any handicap on the street on 3rd between Main and...
The only one we have is in that fenced-in area, which is
on the other
side,
the west
of
side,
3rd and Main. It's in our blocked-off fenced-in area. Yes.
Makes sense.
So where would the logical place be to put the handicap spots? Typically, do we put them at the end of the block?
Typically put them on the corners, like where the one is. Yep. And she's asking for it in front of her salon because she does have 2 handicapped people that...
And I'm sure every business on that street has handicapped people that...
Yeah, and most of the businesses on Main Street want their prime parking spots for their customers right on Main Street. We're not getting any requests from anybody else to add additional ones right now.
So if we put it down to the corner to the east or west of that, would that matter?
It's a little ways away for our clients, but...
I just don't want to... And since we don't have one in that block, I'm thinking it makes sense to have one in that block. It's a heavily shopped block.
That lot is taken. Nobody else can use it.
Of every business owner saying, "Hey, I've got 3 clients that shop here. I want a handicap spot in front of my door," unless we think that that's a type of trend that's going to be coming.
So you okay with that, Lyndon, putting it there?
Yeah, we are to try it because we have existing posts and we have nobody else requesting it at the other ends of the blocks right now.
And that's at the alley?
It's at the alley, yes.
Oh, that's all right.
First spot.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion to approve? Not. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Next is a request to change signing to no parking 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. This is in the half a block of the 100 block of West 6th. And I did speak with Tim Jones today, and he is requesting that we leave this one alone. We thought this would bring more consistency also because we do shut this down a lot. For about every special event we have in front of the Corn Palace, we close the street. And if somebody parked there overnight, right now they can just get towed because it's really inconsistent. If you can or can't park there, they have to just watch for the special signing all the time. But on this one, I wouldn't care if you deny it because Jones said they have trucks come in at night and some of their employees come in real early in the morning that do have to park in that block. So,
do people that live at the apartment on the corner there park on the street?
They would occasionally. They can now. They can park overnight there. But if we block it off for a special event, we would tag and tow it with special signing. But we can continue to do that too. And that's the only business in the area that it's going to affect. But he said it could affect it.
And the request came from who?
It was between Dick and I. We're just trying to get some consistency with the signing in the area because we do block it off quite a bit throughout the summer for special events with no parking.
And one other street you're talking about, Lyndon, here?
The next one down is the 100 block of South Main. That one I would ask if we can do it, just to stay consistent with all of Main Street.
Well, I'll move to deny the change on item number 2.
On West 6th. Okay.
On West 6th.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion second to deny. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That'll be denied. Now the next one is the request to add additional signing at the 100 block of South Main.
And that's for
No
consistency
parking.
then?
Yes, for 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m.
And the Naven Apartments, they have the
They do have their own
parking lot.
parking. Yep, assigned parking.
I'll make a
Typically, there's
motion
not
to
a
appro-
lot there.
I'll,
but-
appro- I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any comments? Anybody in the audience? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Next is a request for street closure for the Shrine Circus Senior Show. Corn Palace Shrine Club requests to close Main Street between 6th and 7th on Tuesday, April 30th, 2019, between the hours of 8 a.m. and approximately noon for the Shrine Circus Senior Show. This is a annual event.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion, second by McCardle. Any,
Does that mean it's going to snow on the 30th?
Probably. Yeah. Any other comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. And last, a request for overnight parking for the Shrine Circus campers. Scott Schmidt requests that circus campers and trailers be allowed to park and stay overnight in the City Hall parking lot from Sunday, April 28th to Thursday, May 2nd, 2019.
Consistent with prior years.
It is, yep.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional comments? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Next Traffic Commission meeting is set for Monday, March 18th, if we have any items. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Will be adjourned at 6:06 p.m.
Sabers. Rice.
Here.
Dosher. McCardle.
Here.
Barrington. Allen.
Here.
Sharks. Smith.
And Mr. Dosher and Mrs. Charks are gone. Mrs. Charks is Washington, D.C., trying to get through the, make sure the shutdown doesn't come back. I don't know. Item 5, approval of consent agenda items. Items appearing on the consent agenda may be removed by a city council member for discussion at the beginning of formal agenda items. Is there anything you wish to have removed?
Sales tax collections, you want to go through that quickly?
First and second penny sales tax collections for January are down 0.60% over the prior January. However, the performance pet purchases are not in this year. They were in 2018, so actually they're looking really good. And then third penny sales tax is up 25.74% over the same month last year in January.
What's interesting is they're still higher than previous years.
It is, and that's great.
There we go.
I think that the point that we made is that if you look at first and second penny sales tax for January, the amount collected this year is still higher than it has been in the last 15 years. And we know that when you look at the monthly collections last year, we had a spike in January and February. So you take that spike out, we would have been over where we were last year.
Third penny, if you'll scroll to that, it's higher than the previous years, but also our December number was up. So we've had questions in the past of a timing deal of when they actually send their money in, and then the state sends it on. But if that would have been the case, you'd think December would have been low and then January's high, but December's high and January's high. So
Right.
that's a positive sign from the third penny.
Stephanie, when did we start collecting online sales tax?
That was supposed to have started in November. There's still some, I think probably by the first quarter of the year, we'll have a better idea of where we are
It's
actually collecting.
March before the other online retailers are going to be required to start.
Sure.
So not all of them
Are in.
Right.
are doing currently.
Okay, very good.
But it's a good sign.
Yes.
I'll move approval of the consent agenda.
Okay, motion by Mr. Rice. Second by Mr. McCardle. Further discussion? Anybody in the audience wish to address them? Roll call vote, please.
McCardle. Barrington. Allen.
Aye.
Smith. Sabers. Rice.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 7 is input. If you need to address the mayor and members of the city council on an item that is not on the agenda, excluding personnel items, please come forward to the podium, state your name and your concern. Presentations are limited to 3 minutes. Items will be considered, but no action will be taken. Does anybody wish to address the council?
I just have one item, and Mayor, I talked to you about a little bit earlier. I saw in the bills that our campground paid our bid tax for the first time, $2,170.50, I believe, and it equates to 1,447 nights, or however it's counted.
That's correct.
So that goes back to when we first initiated that. We said we would put that in, and so I want to make sure good point that we followed through, and the campgrounds generating some sports and events authority money.
Yeah, and we did report that at the last monthly sports and events authority meeting too, since you weren't able to attend, just so you know. So we did let the rest of the committee members know as well.
I'll point out that the referral for the lake property was ended tonight at 5 o'clock, so you will be approving the financing tonight. Nobody referred it. Okay. Nobody else wants to address the council? Committee reports.
Traffic Commission met tonight at 6 p.m. 5 items on the agenda. The first was a request for a handicap parking spot located in the 100 block of East 3rd to be located near the alley, and this was approved. Next was a request to add signage to no parking 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. in the east half of the 100 block of West 6th. This was denied. Next was a request to change signage or add signage in the 100 block of South Main to include no parking 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. and this was approved. Next, request for street closures for the Shrine Circus Senior Show, and the Corn Palace Shrine Club requested to close Main Street between 6th and 7th Avenue on Tuesday, April 30th, 2019, between the hours of 8 a.m. and approximately noon for the Shrine Circus Senior Show. This was also approved. And finally, a request for overnight parking for the Shrine Circus campers. It was requested that circus campers and trailers be allowed to park and stay overnight in the City Hall parking lot from Sunday, April 28th to Thursday, May 2nd, 2019. This was approved. And Traffic Commission adjourned at 6:06 p.m.
Motion by Mr. Allen. Second by Mr. Rice. Further discussion? Anybody in the audience wish to address it? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Item 9, hearing and action on the application of the following alcohol license applications. First, on application to transfer retail on-sale liquor license RL 5759 from MG Oil Company doing business as Thirsties, 1801 North Main Street, Suite 1, Mitchell, South Dakota, to MG Oil Company doing business as Thirsties, 1500 North Duff, Suite B, Mitchell, South Dakota. This license will be enacted.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Smith, second by Mr.